From the group behind the protest, Fishing for Leave. He told me the transition period is a death sentence for the British fishing industry.
This is the travesty, environmental and economical, that fishermen have to live with and are forced to live with on a daily basis. This graphically illustrates the ineptitude of the common fisheries policy, which of course the government has sold out and surrendered to Europe and capitulated, and we're going to have to be in this for another 2 years.
So that policy does result in dead fish?
Yeah, the discard thing's caused by the EU quota system, and what happens is that when fishermen they have to keep catching and discarding fish to find the species that they're allowed to keep. And of course that means you're catching and killing more than necessary, and also it means boats are longer at sea, and it's not good economically and not good environmentally either.
But as a captain of a trawler yourself, your catches, your quotas are guaranteed during that period. Nothing's changed to what we had as a status quo.
They could change it because obviously the shares that member states get is through a mechanism called relative stability. Now obviously if we're not at the table with no power of veto, the EU can change it, and this, what we demonstrated today, is the main problem. It means this transition is a death sentence for what's left of the UK industry, because what happens is the EU hasn't addressed the cause of the problem, which is their inept quota system. They've banned the symptoms, which is discarding, and what now happens is when fishermen hit their lowest quota, they must cease fishing. So of course what's going to happen is the fleet's tied up early, resultantly our fleet will go bankrupt, and then under international law, a country, if it can't catch its own resources, needs to give the resources it can't catch to its neighbour. So the EU has every incentive to wipe our fleet out in the 21 months using detrimental legislation and enforcing bad and ill-founded policy such as this, and then claim our fish.
So despite what you're saying, many people would see these quotas as a way of sustaining the population of fish, preserving the fish population.
Well, there's no sustainability in forcing an industry to catch twice the fish it needs to find and then dumping half it dead overside. It's all very well saying we hit 16,000 tonnes of North Sea cod, but if we've had to catch and kill another 16,000 tonnes to find the other species we're allowed to keep, that's madness.